Alright, my name is Jason Apple. I'm here at Glen Burnie, Maryland at the Maryland Wrestling Federation show, interviewing Shaun Cannon. How long have you been in the wrestling business?
Wrestling business. I started training with EWA back in February of 2008. So I've been in the business now in February will be my 4th year.
Who are you trained by?
A bunch of different people, but mainly Jim Christian, Blood. Got a little help from Alex Lunar. Brian McBride had a hand in training me. Jimmy Stars had a hand in training me. Varsity, Zach Matthews, Christian. A lot of guys had a hand, but I'd say the main ones that focused were Blood, Jim Christian, and Alex Lunar.
What has been the toughest match you've competed in?
Well, toughest match I've ever competed in was probably the first match I had as Cruiserweight Champion against Wes Mercer at EWA Collision Course. That was very rough.
Who are some of your influences?
Influences? Oh man, Chris Jericho. I love Chris Jericho. Shawn Michaels. I mean, everybody says Jeff Hardy, but I like Matt a lot. You know, Matt has some cool bits to him. But one that a lot of people probably wouldn't realize would probably be Shane Helms, Gregory Helms. He was a pretty big inspiration for this guy.
Describe how you got the name Shaun Cannon.
Well, that's a funny story. A lot of wrestlers will tell you that they used to backyard wrestle when they were younger. And I used to play SmackDown vs. Raw online in an online league. And back then, I had the name Shaun Cannon. So I was using that, and when I came to EWA, they asked me what I wanted to be called. I said that. They said that it sounded too close to Canyon for some reason, but Cannon was approved, so I just went with that. It's been my name ever since.
Describe the transformation of the good Shaun Cannon to the bad Shaun Cannon.
Well, after the past 4 years, you know, I came into EWA looking to make a name for myself. The fans really got behind me, and I was thankful for that for a really long time, but what started to change was after I lost the Cruiserweight title, the fans didn't really seem to be in as much support of me as they used to be. And then the match that I was asked to be a referee for at Boomers Bash 3, the fans started to cheer Trent Farrell just because he pushed Wes Mercer. That didn't seem fair to me. You know, I put in all this work to get to where I'm at, and Trent Farrell pushes some guy, and he gets to where he is, and then eventually wins the Cruiserweight title, and then they exploded. That didn't sit right with me. So, you know, a lot of people say I turned on the fans. Now I feel like the fans turned on me, and it just wasn't right.
How did you get involved in sports management?
Well, after Boomers Bash 3, I got maybe 60 phone calls in the span from that to our Steel Cage show back on September 23rd, and I never answer the phone because I don't pick up numbers I don't know. Most of the time I think it's fans trying to call me. And Brent Sugar was on the other line. He left me a bunch of voicemails. Again, I never listened to him until he told me at the Cage show. And, you know, I sincerely came out there to apologize to everybody. I went out there with one thing in mind, and that was to tell everybody that I was sorry for what I did. And Brent made a good point. Why am I going to kowtow to all these people that turn their backs on me when they can give me so much more? They can give me money, they can give me fame. I got a private jet that I can fly around in anytime I want to. Limousines, you know, I'm living the Ric Flair lifestyle. You know, and it was a no-brainer to say. No-brainer.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. I definitely see myself in more places than Maryland. I'm still going to try and keep Maryland as a place I wrestle in regularly, as long as, you know, people still want to book me. I'm trying to make my way out with Virginia and DC and North Carolina and a bunch of other places. I'm in talks with a few people right now, but hopefully in 5 years I'm wrestling, maybe even living in California. Sports management has an office there. I'm pretty sure that's going to last for a very long time, that partnership. So I just see myself in 5 years wrestling a lot more, hopefully at a level of like an Adam Cole at a Ring of Honor maybe, but still remains to be seen. I got a lot of work to do to get to that level.
So what are your goals for the rest of your career?
For the rest of my career, I definitely want to become the EWA Heavyweight Champion. That's something that sports management and I are definitely working our way towards. I wouldn't mind holding the tag team titles again with my good buddy Chris Burns. Love you, Burnsy. And yeah, I wouldn't mind holding the cruiserweight title. You know, Mercer's had it for 2 times. I wouldn't mind holding it for maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe even 6. And you know, I got gypped out of the MWF Junior Heavyweight title, so I got that in my sights. And Brian Hardy, this guy's beaten this guy, that guy. You know, he just beat the King tonight by disqualification. He's beaten Robbie E. He's beaten a few people. If I can beat Brian Hardy, that means I've beaten all those people too. So I think I'm going to try and beat Brian Hardy for the MWF title eventually. Yeah, just winning gold. That's what I'm going to try and do.
Is there any pro wrestler that relates to you on TV today, in the past and the present?
In the past, I would probably say Chris Jericho circa 1997, 1998, back when he was tired of being overlooked by the WCW offices and he was just going to go out and do his own thing. And present day, you know, everybody makes this comparison, but I'm going to have to put it out there. CM Punk, because he speaks his mind, he says what he wants, and that's the spirit of that I took when I let everybody know what was on my mind in my promo with sports management. Yeah, Chris Jericho from then, CM Punk from now.
How many titles have you won in your career?
It's funny you'd say that. I've only really won the Cruiserweight Championship. And unless you can say the MWF Rookie of the Year is a title, then that too. But I'm also a former EWA Tag Team Champion, but that's only because when Steve Diaz left EWA, they had to replace him, and I was the lucky candidate. I was going to say cabinet there for a minute. I was selected to be Alex Booner's partner, and so I was interim tag team champion, which counts for those of you fans that don't know. So I held the titles for a good 10 minutes before I lost them to Harbor City Hit Squad, I guess we lost to Harbor City Hit Squad, then Cold and Blood beat them and tag titles. So, and I was a Maryland champion for 3 seconds until the match got reversed, and then Chase Rawlings was declared champion, so that one doesn't really count.
Who has been some of your favorites talents you have worked with?
Oh, definitely Adam Cole, for sure. As much as I hate his guts, Wes Mercer has been real fun to work with. Same thing with Trent Farrell. Trent Farrell's been a lot of fun to work. Tonight I had the pleasure of wrestling Skull and Jimmy Dream. That was a lot of fun, despite some circumstances that happened, me losing. But other than those guys, you know what? I'm going to put his name out there. I really enjoyed wrestling Davey Havoc that one time at the Boomers Bash 3 show. That was a lot of fun.
Have you ever been physically injured in your career?
Yeah, actually I have. 3 bad injuries, none of them career-ending, obviously. The first one, in chronological order, I messed up my knee once. I was actually wrestling with Jimmy Stars. My knee popped out of socket, and that's a noisy ring, isn't it? My knee popped out of its socket. I continued to wrestle on it for a couple months. I then found out I had some I can't remember the word right now. Cartilage, there you go, thank you, camera lady. I had some cartilage issues in my knee, still have that to this day. And then, I'm going to try and talk louder. So. And I hurt my back when I was thrown from corner to corner. That sucked. And me and Drolix from the Harbor City Hit Squad one time collided heads, and I had a big baseball-sized lump on the side of my head for a day. So that sucked. 3 biggest injuries.